few hours tonight, if nothing at all. Be busy for the next couple of nights. Let's go have a chat with this bloke.
Ask Jazz about any ship upgrades. Nothing worse than a pirate ship with no personality.
Last Rook who smiled at me funny, I sewed his mouth shut. Now he loves me.
Calm down, far out. Just gotta work out how to get up there now.
Rook, you check out the Reckoner's core. She's a beaut, ain't she?
That's some weird stuff, man.
There you are. The hell took you so long?
It's about time. I was about to fly down and loot your bodies.
Huh.
Not now, neighbor. Well, you said you found something. Hand it over. Oh, excuse me. Forgive my impertinence. What I meant to say was, give me whatever you found right now before I blow your goddamn head off. Please.
Just cut the crap and give them what you found.
That's it? Just one slate? After losing so much of our crew, it better be a map with a big red X on it. Well, I'll be damned. Legacy wasn't referring to Crix's fortune. It's the name of an actual ship. A Galbank transport probably loaded with credits.
Never heard any stories about a Gal Bank ship going down. And even if it had happened, it would have been picked clean years ago.
No, neighbor. Think. If Galbank covered it up, and over time, the location was eventually forgotten, it wouldn't be on anyone's radar.
True.
Okay. This changes things. Now that we know what we are looking for, we have to narrow the search. Because they would be rolling in so much cash, there is no way they could keep it quiet. It's like hitting the jackpot. Not to mention, they need someone with Shinya skills to keep the crypto tracing on the currency clean. And as far as Galbank goes, I doubt they would bother. Their bean counters would be too busy weighing the loss versus recovery costs. Now, the legacy is out there, just waiting for us to find. I can feel it. I'm sure he did not have a choice. People would kill to get a crack at a score this big. I know I have. Let us start with what we know. It was a Galbank ship, which means the company is going to have records of where it went down. Neighbor, weren't you working on a deal with Rokov? Something about a big wig charity event on one of Trident's Starliners?
Are you serious? I've been working on that gig for 3 months. That's my score.
Ay, Dios mío. Will you shut up about your score and think for a second? That Starliner has a Galbank VIP suite aboard, which means... Come on, neighbor. This isn't hard.
Which means a Gal Bank exec will be aboard. We grab their credentials and get ourselves into the Gal Bank archives in New Atlantis. Holy shit, that might actually work. I'll send a message to Rokov right away.
Pack your bags, Rook. You're going on vacation. And since you've earned it, take this gun with you. Might come in handy when Rokov screws everything up as usual.
Okay. I'll take a pistol.
It's not what you're thinking. It's more of an office than a bank vault. Once you're inside, you'll be able to gain access to one of their computers and find out more about the legacy. Rokoff is... well, he's Rokoff. A real pain in the ass. He used to run with the fleet until we kicked him out. Lately, he has been using his long-hauling skills to captain a starliner for Trident. Gives us a contact within the company. He has been
The only way
trying to
out
get
is
his
death,
foot
he
back
says.
in the door with us for years. But I'm not ready to let him in just yet. Maybe you can use that to your advantage. Good, because that is exactly what you are going to be doing. Neva and I are too well known to walk around the Starliner without being recognized. If Trident Security spotted us, it'd be over. I need you to board that ship, make contact with Rokoff, and get me those credentials. I see what you are getting at, Rook. And don't worry, I would ask the same thing. Just be sure to get those credentials. Anything else of value you find on Rokoff's Starliner is all yours. You know what? I'm gonna leave that entirely up to you. If you think he's come through for us, you can promise him he'll get paid. But if he gets in your way, then you take him out. You'd better. Oh, before you leave, I wanted you to know that I took what you said about Mathis into consideration, and I've decided to cut him from the fleet.
Honestly, I'm surprised he made it off Suvorov in one piece.
Because you're the one that finished the job. You followed orders and you put your neck on the block to get that data to the key. As far as Mathis goes, I'm sure you had to drag him through the lock and prevent him from doing something as stupid. We'll see. That's it then. Next stop for you is Rokoff Starliner, the Siren of the Stars. And remember, Rokoff does not need to know anything about Grixis' legacy. For now, it's just between us. Now get out of here.
Hey, Rook, before you head out, I need to have a word with you. Meet me at the last Nova after you wrap things up with Mathis.
Wish you could favourite something from that. What is he doing?
If you have any last questions about the job, ask them, shouldn't you be back? Hell of a job you did down there, Rook. Shouldn't you be packing for your trip?
Can I go downstairs now, please? Thank you. What?
I hope Bug has something strong enough to knock me out.
Every time I see Radley smile, I want to punch him in the face.
Hey, I want to talk to you. Thanks to you, Delgado's cutting me from the fleet. Well, you know what? You better get your own fleet, because I'm coming after you. Oh, I see. You think you're some kind of big shot, is that it? Gonna show poor Mathis a little mercy now that you're Delgado's best buddy, yeah? Well, guess what? Your generosity is getting me kicked off the key. And that means you better watch your back. I stayed to give you a message that you better start looking over your shoulder. You'll never know when I'll be right behind you, ready to pull the trigger.
If you mean to ambush us, telling us ahead of time makes it much more difficult. Did you not think this through?
Now get the hell out of me way! Hey, I want to talk to you. Thanks to you, Delgado... Oh, I will, I can promise you that. Best part is, you won't even see it coming.
But you have just told us that you will attempt it. Do you not consider that counterproductive if you mean to ambush us?
Now get the hell out of me way!
Yes, you need me. That is all.
I'm gonna make you regret this. I swear I will.
What are you looking at?
The fleet protects our home. You turn against us,
Jump was bulletproof.
If you got any spare creds, you just need to unload some junk. Head to the depots.
Did you need something? Indeed I do. All yours. Back to it then.
Captains get better uniforms, better perks.
Get off my ass and do a job.
I was wondering when you'd wander my way. The name's Fergus Wickham. But you can call me Bog. Welcome to the Last Nova, where the drinks are never free. Guilty? You name it, I got it. Although, I can't speak to quality. We don't believe in expiration dates here as long as it gets the job done.
Ew.
Got it back in my experimental days. Before we fixed up Nova, she was a real boggy mess. Practically an indoor swamp. I figured some of what's growing around here could make some decent booze. Some might say I only got the booze part right. As long as you're buying, stay as long as you like. The Last Nova never sleeps, so no last call here. Since it's your first time with us, I'm willing to make an exception to the rule and offer you my speciality. On the house. 1 free bottle of Bog's Grog. That's the spirit. I knew you'd be the adventurous type. And if you like it, you're in luck. Cheapest drink you can find. And guaranteed to drown those sorrows. Nova wasn't always the lovely sight you see before you. She used to be a hydro farm and put up quite a fight when we decided to give her a makeover. Overgrown water everywhere. I almost gave up. But what's a proper home without a pub, eh? Now that's a trade secret, mate. And a homegrown one at that. But nothing to worry about. I've been serving it up going on 20 years now. Only things that kill my customers are bullets and stupidity.
Maybe.
See you next time.
We haven't decided.
Smuggling needs a real job.
You're too scared to take the cue.
Every time we go out and do a job,
Got
it's
mixed
you
feelings.
who ends up with all our creds.
The fleet protects our war. But you turn against us. There you are.
All right, look. I've been lining up a score with that asshole roll call from the Siren of the Stars for months. I'm not about to let a payday slip through my fingers. So guess what? You're gonna finish the job for me. My score involves a one-time event being held aboard the Siren of the Stars. If anyone finds out the Crimson Fleet's aboard that Starliner, the event will be canceled and I can kiss my payday goodbye. There's no way I'm gonna miss this window of opportunity. Of course you'll get a cut. That's how everything works around here. Why would this be any different? Rokov's been tipping me off about some kind of bullshit charity event that the Siren of the Stars is hosting. At the event, they're gonna give away something called the Earth Savior Award, which is worth tens of thousands of credits. So it's simple. While you're on the Siren, swiping those gal-bait credentials, I want you to grab that award and bring it to me. No. Dombrowski's only aboard to use the Gal Bank VIP suite, so he can catch a free ride at the company's expense. I'm sure he'll be there partying with the other spoiled brats. I guarantee he doesn't give a crap about what's going on at the event. From the pictures I've seen, the award is set with 12 blue diamonds and covered in gold filigree. If I get Jazz to take it apart, I can turn it into a hell of a lot of cash. And best of all, the components become untraceable. Yeah, very funny. You're hilarious. You should stand up on the bar here and start telling more jokes. This crowd would eat it up. Look, you can make all the jokes and excuses you want. But if you don't come back with the ES award, I'm gonna deduct it from your pay. Either way, I get my money.
I like the soundtrack at this
How
bar.
much you walk away with is in your own hands. Got it?
I suppose it is up to you to decide whether it is worth it.
Yeah, ES, Earth, Savior. Get it? Come on. Keep up with me here. I got about 17 other things to do and you're holding me up.
We've all got things to do.
All Rokoff does is feed me information. If I ask him to lift a finger, he gives me enough sob stories to fill a freighter's cargo bay. If you want my advice, leave him completely out of the loop. Otherwise, it's gonna cost both of us some credits. Then it's settled. Good. All right, Rook, we're done here. Now, get your ass to the Siren and bring me my goods. Because that's exactly what you are. A rookie, a newbie, fresh meat. Beneath all of that inexperience, I'm sure you have an actual name. But honestly, no one gives a damn. So get used to hearing that word. Until you earn your stripes, you're a rook to everyone in the fleet. We'll talk later.
Rico uses his step shots.
I'm gonna toast to an old friendly. One of the best pirates.
I do not care what assurances you have been given that we are safe here. I do not trust the Crimson Fleet.
Always listen to Delgado, unless you want to get keelhauled across the key. What kind of name is Sysdef anyway?
I don't trust shielding. I got secret compartments on my ship just in case.
Captain Chris, do you require my assistance?
I suppose we should empty him out at the lodge after too.
How can I be of service, Carewell?
Vasco, what are you doing? Alright, where am I? fixing that up. I can't even see because Vasco's there. Alright. Not good.
No particular love for the UC, or their bravado.
Excuse me.
I bet operations on the key are a clown show.
You're back. So how did it go? Frankly, it's because we've never gotten this far before. The last agent I sent to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet ended up in a morgue on New Atlantis. Even with our best intelligence equipment, we can monitor very little from the vigilance. We can pick up local communications chatter and use long-range scans to see where you travel. But when you're on the ground, you're on your own. If we get too close, we not only expose ourselves to an attack, but we might blow your cover. And that could get everyone killed. Then things are moving forward. Perfect.
Nice job, Rook.
I was certain we'd fool Delgado, but never. She's a sharp one. Overcoming her scrutiny is no small matter. Did you discover anything worth reporting yet? If the intelligence I've read is accurate, Delgado is a charismatic leader, but a bit short on judgment. That's why you want to stay on his good side, and stay away from Neva. She's shrewd, and she's sniffed out everything we've thrown her way. Legacy. Why does that sound familiar? Wait a moment. Are you telling me Delgado may have actually located Crix's legacy?
I have never heard of such a thing.
I'm surprised. I thought this was one of those tales that made it to every corner of the settled systems.
I suppose it's possible, sir. Intelligence picked up a bit of chatter on that subject recently.
We assumed it was some sort of tall tale or a story to attract recruits to their cause. Well, let's find out if Delgado's chasing ghosts, or he's smarter than we suspect. Let me see what we have here. Nope. There are no records of a Gal Bank transport named the Legacy in the database. I think Delgado's trying to manipulate you. What do you think, sir?
I think there's no record because Gal Bank is hiding something.
That's what Delgado said.
Delgado's no fool. If he risked his own neck to get that information, he must be on to something. We have to take this seriously. What's your next move? That one's simple. We monitored your ships heading down to the surface of Suvorov. In fact, when they returned to the key and you didn't immediately follow, well, we almost thought our operation was terminated. Can you imagine the amount of embarrassment Galbank would have to endure if they listed a lost transport in the ship registry? Doesn't matter if that ship went down 5 or 500 years ago. If news gets out that a bank has misplaced money, it would tank their value. Clever, Delgado. Very clever. If I were in your place, I'd be trying to do the exact same thing. We can't let Delgado get his hands on what could potentially turn out to be the largest haul of credits the Crimson Fleet's ever seen.
Maybe I should head out to New Atlantis, sir. I could press the Galbank execs for information. Get ahead of everything.
No. Let's allow this to run its course. We have our agent here feeding us information. I think that's good enough for now. There's more to this than just finding the location of the transport. Jasper Creeks was clever. For some reason, he never got there. Because the Crimson Fleet would be a totally different adversary, and Creeks wouldn't have disappeared years ago. Even if they hid the money with that damn human computer Shinya Voss, our forensic accounting people would have found that data. No. The Crimson Fleet are in dire shape right now. They haven't seen that much currency, well, ever. It's imperative that you do. If the Crimson Fleet gets its hands on a transport full of currency, it would be disastrous for the settled systems.
I bet.
I need you to do whatever you can to bring us more information. And for God's sake, don't kill anyone on that Starliner.
Why do I feel like
Both
Mathis will
dismissed.
come along?
Heard you boarded the key.
Captain Chris, hello.
Always a satisfying. If you are free soon, could we talk?
Yes? I have been curious. I know that your role in Constellation was thrust upon you in an unusual way. But that experience does not demand that you stay. You could have delivered the artifact and then left. Why do you stay? They are dedicated in their cause. This is rare and admirable, I think. My past is complicated. And anyone in Constellation will tell you I do not speak much of it. But my family always stressed the importance of having a purpose in life. You must have a reason for being. Yes, that is one way of putting it. I am often surprised at how reluctant some are to agree with the idea. They sometimes seem offended I would suggest such a thing. When I first came to New Atlantis, I was shocked at how many people go about their business every day like drones. They do their jobs, eat their food, sleep in their beds, all seemingly without concern for anything around them. Complacent. Their experience is so different from much of the settled systems. They do not know how good they have it. You believe I am too quick to judge. Perhaps that is so. Purpose cuts through adversity. I know that all too well. And these people seem to have no idea. I am not asking for pity. I have done what is necessary to bear my burdens, and it has led me here. My family is unique within the settled systems. I grew up outside the bounds of the United Colonies, or the Freestar Collective. My parents, and their parents before them, did not believe anyone outside our family could be trusted or relied upon. You can imagine, I am sure, how existence without ties to others is challenging in space. They believed, and still do, that anyone who was not part of our family did not share our values, our goals, and was ultimately a potential threat. My time in the settled systems has mostly led me to agree with them. It has certainly proven valuable. Saved me. A few times, without question. For now, though, it would seem you and I have found purpose in Constellation. I believe that is enough. I am pleased that we have common cause, and have enjoyed our time together. Thank you.
Can't go. Oh, I wasn't.
Everything about the ship just screams superiority complex to me.
Hello.
want to get rid of the ship. I want to offload some things. Guess I'll dock and hope for the best.
Greetings, Captain.
About time you showed up. All right, I want to know what's going on. I've been trying to get Delgado's attention for, I don't know, 3 years now. And what do I get? Nothing but radio silence. Then out of nowhere, just when Neva and I are closing in on a huge score of our own, Delgado orders me to help you out. Oh, sure. First a tour, followed by a formal dinner at the captain's table. Let's get one thing straight. You're here for business, not for a vacation, so let's start by talking about Delgado's sudden olive branch. Because the only way to achieve a win is by agreeing to play the game in the first place. Worst case scenario, I don't make the fleet, but I end up a couple thousand credits richer. That's almost a win-win, don't you think? Happy? Oh, I'm thrilled. Still, this leaves me with a lot of unknowns, and in our line of work, unknowns get you killed. So Neva's message said you were here for Dombrowski. Was that all she sent you here to do? Or was there something else you were sent here to steal? Don't play games with me. We both know pinging a message back and forth to the key is going to take longer than we have to do this job. We're supposed to be working together on every part of this. So, you gonna tell me what else you're here for or not? Oh, really? Did she now? I can't believe she's trying to cut me out of this deal. Without me, the award never would have ended up here in the first place.
Oops.
Yeah? Funny you're only bringing that up now. Fine, I'll help. But you're doing all the legwork, and I'm still taking my cut of the payout. Anyway, we'll get to that later. First, we have a much bigger fish to fry. So why are you targeting a Gall Bank exec anyway? Not exactly your average Crimson Fleet prey. Why the interest? Merchant vessels, transport, supply convoys, mining settlements, you get the picture. But taking on a megacorp, that's a really big deal. Something the Crimson Fleet stayed away from in the past. Sounds to me like Delgado's either getting desperate, or this is leading to an even bigger score down the road. Oh, I see. We're playing this game now. Fine, fine. Well, you might as well turn around and hop back aboard your ship because you're not getting near Dombrowski without my help.
It would seem we have little choice in the matter. We should hear him out.
You're insulting my intelligence. Delgado wouldn't send you all the way out here without specifically telling you what you're allowed to offer. I'll tell you what, though. I'm gonna make this extremely inexpensive for you. In fact, you don't have to offer me a single credit. I don't want money. I want back into the Crimson Fleet. It's as simple as that. Of course I do. But who wants to settle for a one-time payout? I prefer to play the long game. You see, getting my ass back into the fleet means I regain access to Shinya Boss. And that's as good as an endless stream of credits. Fine. You want to play it that way, and suit yourself. Dombrowski's a full-timer aboard the Siren of the Stars. Probably spends more time cruising the space lanes than actually working. Fortunately, the Siren is hosting the Terran Preservation Society charity gala. Larry won't be able to resist showing off his VIP clout. To get what you need, you're gonna have to attend the gala, talk to his fellow philanthropists, and dig up some dirt.
Lots of talking.
Oh no. Is shooting everyone an option? Alternately shooting ourselves to avoid it?
The event's a complete sham. Bunch of rich snobs getting together and throwing a party for themselves. These people couldn't give a damn about Terran preservation or any other charity for that matter. Someone with enough disposable income to afford a permanent six-figure cabin aboard one of Trident's finest space liners. Consider it similar to owning a luxury mobile vacation home. Plaything for the wealthy, you get the gist. Take it easy. I'm just getting you started here. I'm sure you'll come running back to me for help again. This card will allow you to access the Starfield ballroom. If you need my help, I'll be relaxing in the upper level lounges. Head inside and mingle with the crowd. No one likes Dombrowski, so they'll be more than happy to share his dirty secrets. He's a VIP executive, which means he either worked really, really hard using blood, sweat, and tears to make the arduous climb to the top, or he backstabbed, lied, cheated, and betrayed his way up the corporate ladder. From what I've heard, it's the second option. Well, you better learn quick. Oh, there's one last thing. Trident equips all of their starliners with the latest acoustic threat detection. Meaning that you lose patience and kill anyone aboard the ship, security will be alerted and all hell will break loose. Anyway, I suppose that's enough to get you started. Good luck. They claim their goal is to celebrate the soul of the Earth, the culture, the people, and the ideals of the past. In their minds, Earth is now dead, which is why they feel that preservation of its remaining aspects is so important. In reality, this is what happens when folks with far too much time and far too much money get together to make themselves feel like they're contributing to society. You seriously need to ask. Okay, I'll give you 2 reasons. First, Gold Bank protects their own. Kill Dombrowski, and they send Ecliptic after every Crimson Fleet ship they can find. Not something Delgado wants, I suspect. And second, you offer Gal Bank employee in every single Gal Bank facility in the settled systems will triple their security. I'm gonna guess that won't help with whatever your plans are regarding Gal Bank, now will it? As long as you remember that I'm getting paid my cut, I'll help you with anything you want. What's the status of your plan? I once saw Neva strip down a UC security ship and sell the parts back to the UC through a shell company. If that doesn't put your concerns to rest, I don't know what will. Now tell me, what about the status of your plan? How can I help? Okay, then let me point you to the person in charge of the award. Her name's Sheila Holbrook, and you can probably find her in the Starfield ballroom. I'd press her to reveal where the award's hidden, and we can go from there. And if you're thinking of pulling the trigger on poor Miss Holbrook, remember that any gunfire is gonna set off the ship's alarms. Oh, and while you're at the gala, avoid the canopies. They're frozen, not fresh.
There's nothing quite like the view from the Starfield vault.
Every day that I wake up in my bunk, I count my blessings
Captain
to have been
Lopo
posted
said you're
to a
allowed
ship
in
like
any
the
of the
Siren of the
crew-specific
Stars.
areas. Just don't touch
Trident
anything,
must have spent
please.
a fortune equipping this ship with triple redundancy in almost every internal system.
These newer vessels more or less run autonomously.
Between you and me,
Which doesn't
the
leave
best
much
part of my
room to
job
do around
is getting a crack at all of the leftovers from the dining area buffets.
This is what Captain Rokov is one of the most easygoing COs I've ever worked under. In fact, he doesn't act much like a captain at all.
Watch out, robot.
Listen. Can't hear the engines, can you? You're not going to find better engines anywhere else in the settled systems.
Between this is one of Trident's top-of-the-line vessels. Head of it.
At the moment, Aurora isn't permitted on Trident Starliners, though we're working on having that changed.
I've done this particular cruise run several times, and I can assure you, I'm sorry, but unless you're reporting a security situation, I need you back here.
If you have the ship's purser can assist you with any matters
Here for
regarding the
business?
security of your items.
Pleasure. When you join, they send you a small chunk of rock from the Earth itself. I keep mine on my desk. Is this about that feature SSNN ran a few years ago? I can assure you, this is a legitimate charity organization. Well, that was boring. Hello, are you a member? I heard it's fitted with 12 internally flawless 2-carat blue diamonds. Can you believe that? His behavior towards women is abominable. That man really ought to be ashamed of himself. Enjoy the rest of the event.
Is this important? I don't have a lot of time for idle nonsense. Yes,
I'm extremely busy preparing for the award ceremony, so this better be important. Not at all. I was assured that this particular ship was outfitted with the absolute latest in cutting-edge security. I am completely confident that Trident Luxury Lines will keep all of us safe.
I can see there being a firefight though.
Probably in a few days. I don't want the award transfer to actually occur until we're safely in orbit at our destination. Of course, if I keep getting interrupted, the ceremony might never take place at all. Yes, I am. Actually, I've been entrusted with the transfer of the award for the last 7 of its 9 years. Why do you ask? During my tenure? Certainly not. There was an unfortunate incident where my predecessor attempted to sell the award to the highest bidder, but that was quickly resolved. Needless to say, they'll be spending the rest of their life in a UC prison. Well, the Earth Savior Award is one of a kind. The Blue Diamonds alone are irreplaceable. Since we can't produce a new award every year, it's instead passed from one recipient to the next. I supervise the transfer and make certain that there's ample security during transport and at the destination. Yes, it's quite marvelous, isn't it? Absolutely priceless. Alas, I'm afraid you'll just have to wait for the ceremony to see it in all its glory. It's far too valuable to be left anywhere else except the master safe located at the purser's office. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much more important things on my agenda than to speak to the likes of you.
Wow. She's a bit room.
We have a range of excursions available at all of our destinations. All the details are in your cabin.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all. The Society was founded about 8 years ago by Carl S.A. Worthington, a prominent businessman from New Atlantis. That award is such a joke. It's for members of the Society to pat their own backs for spending the most money on the cause. I heard he uses Galbank's VIP suite on the Siren of the Stars almost monthly. Does the man ever do any real work? That's all then? Okay.
The Society chair has... I'm a silver member of the Society, but only 100,000 more credits and I hit the gold tier. I missed out on the award to someone else last year, so this year, I doubled my contributions to the Society. Fingers crossed. Let's put it this way. He screwed over so many people, if he suddenly disappeared from the universe, I don't think anyone would miss him. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it? So what brings you up? Not much, other than the fact that they host these wonderfully entertaining gala events every month. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. The considerable amounts of cash that Dombrowski donates is the only reason we allow him to attend Society functions. Could we talk about something else?
Wow, he knows something.
Please remember to remain in designated passenger areas at all times. Have a safe journey. Have you tried? Quite a lovely start. It's critical that the Society keeps the memories of Earth alive in our hearts. I'm doing my part by attending this spectacular event. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. Yes, he's some kind of a top dog over at Galbank. I heard he replaced someone that was caught running a fake loan scam. Enjoy the rest of the event.
Don't forget to keep your Starview pass handy at all times, or you won't have access to the ballroom.
So, what? You don't necessarily have to be wealthy to contribute, though the minimum donation level is 5,000 credits. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Quality time, if you catch my meaning. I'm certain his wife doesn't know a thing about it. That's all then? Okay.
A Starfield pass is required to enter the main ballroom.
For the safety of everyone aboard,
The society
please be
chair
certain you don't
It's a shame that the Earth ended in such a sorry state, but I'm glad the society has the nerve to do something about it. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Quality time, if you catch me.
That's what that other woman said.
Well, that was boring.
Exactly as was said.
That quite a lot. Donations to the society can be debited from my bank account on a monthly basis. I barely have to lift a finger to help. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that He's been spending a lot of time with... Nice to have met you.
Have you tried? I certainly hope they decide to hold... The Society is such a worthy cause. What could be more important than the preservation of the Earth's spirit? Sheila Holbrook is... He's been spending a lot of time with...
My God.
Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Robots.
Due to an unfortunate accident, we're halting our spacewalk experience for an indeterminate amount of time.
If this is not the very definition of decadence, I do not know what is.
And the entire team at Trident Luxury Lines, we wish to thank you for choosing to travel with us.
Welcome to the purser's office. I'm Chief Purser Murata. How can I be of assistance today? An excellent question. My responsibilities include all of the Siren's financial, customs, and commercial goods transfers. Honestly, I really enjoy the work. I get to meet people at every port of call instead of being constantly stuck below decks. Oh, absolutely. The safe is magnetically sealed and shielded with multiple layers of fully damage-resistant, vacuum-proof plating. In the unlikely event our vessel is boarded and the threat detection alarm is triggered, the safe will be permanently sealed until it reaches port. In the even more unlikely event this ship is destroyed, we can assure you that your loved ones will be able to recover your goods from the wreckage. So, as you can imagine, your property will be completely secure until you decide to retrieve them from our safe. I've only seen it briefly myself, but I can assure you that it's quite lovely. Unfortunately, the item is locked inside of our safe, which can only be accessed by presenting an appropriate claim ID. Is there anything else I can assist you with today? Well, if you change your mind, I'll be here. Have a wonderful trip. An excellent question. My responsibility. Honestly, I'm sorry. It's against Trident policy to discuss our personal feelings towards a fellow crewmate. I don't want to lose my job. Why should I tell you? I'd like to tell you. I really would. I'm still willing to talk. I mean, it might be okay. All right, but you didn't hear this from me. Do you understand? I don't want to lose my job. I like Captain Rokov, but I think he's mixed up with some very dangerous people. I was bringing some paperwork to his quarters one day, and I found a slate with a message he received from someone named Delgado. That would normally be fine, but the message mentions the Crimson Fleet, as in pirates. Can you believe it? If you want to grab it, the slate should still be in his quarters. Somewhere.
Wow.
Have a safe journey.
Sorry, do I know you? Okay, wait, are you seriously, are you trying to pick me up? Look, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm already seeing someone, and my partner doesn't like competition. He gets very jealous. His wife? Oh, for the love of God. I told Larry to keep his big mouth shut, but did he listen? No. He had to impress his friends and treat me like a trophy. Look, I've been in this business for a long time, and I know how this game works, so let's skip all the banter and get it over with. What's it gonna take to make us both happy? You're willing to pay me to give you dirt on Larry? Sorry, I thought I'd end up on the short end of the deal. You know, this whole thing really pisses me off. Larry and I had the perfect scheme worth thousands of credits all worked out, and then he goes and flushes the whole thing down the toilet.
I do not understand. Your anger is focused on Mr. Dombrowski, but clearly the failure of this plan rests on you as well.
If you had to work near him day in and day out, I think you'd understand. He's a disgusting pig, plain and simple. I didn't know who the hell you were. For all I knew, you were working for Dombrowski. It's called playing it cool. You should try it sometime. Oh, angry isn't even the right word. The plan was solid. Larry got together with myself and this other guy, Gabriel Vera. He's some bigwig over at UC Security. I doctored the transactions, Larry wiped them off the system, and Vera kept the legal pressure off of us. We were scamming Galbank for months. It was going well until I discovered Larry was cheating everyone by changing each transaction in his favor before deleting them. I was going to confront him back on Jemison, but then he invited me on this little trip through the stars. All expenses paid, first-class accommodations, the works. I figured, why not wait until I've milked him for every credit he's spending before I drop the hammer? Oh, I know he was using me. At the same time, he was saying how much he loved me. He was stringing me along and stabbing me in the back.
That's love.
I wish I had some. Maybe you should try talking to Gabriel Vera. He should be around here somewhere. If he doesn't want to cooperate, just mention my name. That should grab his attention. Good luck. You're gonna need it. What, are you writing a damn novel? Fine. Vera works for UC Security, so he kept a lookout on their commnet for any Galbank chatter. I guess you could call him our early warning system. And Dombrowski made sure that all of the crypto manipulation I was working on didn't turn up in Galbank's automatic audits. You need top clearance for that kind of access, so we had to cut him in, whether we liked it or not. What do you think is going on? I'm using that gullible idiot to get what I want. If I have to squash him on my way to the top, then so be it. Let's get one thing straight. Larry Dombrowski's no saint. He deserves everything that's coming to him.
Yes, you do seem very aggrieved.
Oh, I'm beyond rage. And if you've been as close to him as I have, you'd agree. Dombrowski is a piece of human garbage. He'd stab you in the back for table scraps, then stab you again to steal dessert. The plan's always been to milk the guy for everything he's worth, and then leave him in the dust. Not bad for a lowly Galbank worker drone, right? I wrote a computer algorithm that basically creates a randomized number of false ghost credits that mimic the crypto key of actual credits. Then the algorithm simply passes the ghost credits to whatever legit transfers that the bank transacts. The genuine credits enter a dummy account. The best part is that I also alter the crypto keys as the real cash flows into our accounts. By the time it lands in our pockets, the creds are clean. So, on paper, it appears that all of the bank's transactions are covered, when it's really just our ghosted dummy creds. Genius, right? I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
the event of a lockdown, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and orderly fashion.
Are you a member? Not much, other than the fact that they host these wonderfully entertaining gala events every month. Sheila Holbrook is... Well, that was boring.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Any complaints about your cruise should be directed to one of the specific requests.
That view
Please
is
speak to one
enjoy
of the
the rest of the event.
attendants.
An open bar would have been nice. That's all then? Okay. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Here for business? Nice to have met you.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Positively
Quite a lovely
horrid.
Starliner. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
You look a bit lost in these surroundings. Hello. You here for the charity event? Oh, absolutely. I'm a firm believer that attending these types of events tends to absolve one of their sins and cleanse their soul. But something tells me you're not really here to discuss the event. What did you really want to talk about? Well, I work for UC Security, meaning that business isn't exactly my area of expertise. I'm afraid I can't really help you. If you're looking for a business opportunity, you might want to check with someone else. To be honest, I'm here to keep an eye on the charity event. It might not be as glamorous an assignment as a colony rescue or taking down some criminals, but anything that keeps the peace is important to me. What is this all about, anyway? You mean specifically? Oh, I work for the Corporate Fraud Division. We monitor all of the major megacorp financials and transactions to ensure that nothing improper occurs. You're asking a lot of strange questions. What exactly do you want? Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe a touch crazy, or both. Whatever you think you know about me, you're dead wrong. So back off.
We both know exactly who you are.
Worried? Why should I be worried? Anything you try to report will boil down to your word against mine. And since I work for UC Security, who do you think people will believe? You've had your time to talk. Now piss off.
I don't think that went well.
Pleased to make here for business or play. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Please remember to obey all posted safety and mustering reporting a security situation. I need to get back to my duties.
I'm sorry. I don't believe we've met. Do I know you? Well, of course you do. Everyone on the Siren knows who I am. I'm certain we've never been acquainted before, so I'll do you the courtesy of forewarning you about the impertinence that's to follow. When you approach me, I'd highly advise you to choose your words carefully. Otherwise, it's likely they will be your last. I think we're done here. Good day. Ah, we're speaking again. Lovely. I can't possibly think of anything I'd rather be doing at this very moment. No, I don't believe we'll be talking about anything of the sort. I'm not certain why you're approaching me with this harassment, but I can assure you that you've made a potentially life-threatening mistake. Perhaps you're unaware of the extent of my influence, or perhaps you're irrevocably stupid. I'll assume it's the latter and overlook it for now.
I don't like this guy.
Get the hell out of my sight. Repeated pestering is not going to win you any favors.
Hello. Are
away.
you? Well, that was boring.
In the event of a lockdown, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and
So what
orderly
brings you? That's all then? Okay.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events aboard the Starfield.
The society chair has really outdone herself.
Enjoy the rest of the event.
If you want to dine at Captain Rokov's table during dinner service,
view is
it's only an
nice to have
additional
met you.
5,000 credits.
The society.
Must you continue these unwelcome interruptions? I'm a very busy woman. Excuse me? And why in goodness name would I do something as foolish as that? And why in goodness name would I possibly agree to that ridiculous demand? Is this really what we're doing? Maybe. Need to think about it. That's what I'm hoping. Oh, just take the damn thing already. Listen, maybe you can keep this between us. If the award goes missing, there's no need for the insurance company to get involved.
That was easy. That.
Glad to have you aboard.
If the rest of this ship is any indication, I imagine they're... There's an incredible amount of wealth stored in there right now.
What was that? Jacked in achievement unlocked 4. Accessing 50 computer... Well, okay, fair enough.
Please let me know if your voyage is unsatisfactory in any way.
Look, hold on to some stuff for me, please.
Ah, hello. If I can take a few things, I will. Until next time.
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested. Oh, absolutely. He's up the ladder at UC Security. Lots of pull. We have to handle this very delicately. Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. We need hard evidence of their scheme. But it's gonna be tricky.
Bet.
The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows. Maybe. But if something goes wrong and he's able to raise an alarm, we're sunk. With all of these wealthy patrons aboard, the ship is crawling with security. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Manipulate a few controls and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency. This is one of Trident's premier starliners. That means it has the best of everything, including a triple redundancy life support system. They installed a backup for the backup. Luckily for us, it will still trip an emergency and everyone will have to return to their quarters until I sound the all clear, which I won't.
Your lack of commitment does not exactly fill me with confidence. Are you sure this is a good idea?
Don't worry. It'll be as easy as it was mingling with the guests at the party. Just throw a few lousy switches and you're done. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I'll erase that gambling debt he owes me. I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining the fleet, right? Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and won't be long before Trident figures out you had help. On the surface, he's an upstanding citizen of the United Colonies, pretty high up in UC security. Lots of clout with NAST. Underneath, he's a greedy piece of garbage. Given the chance, he'd backstab you for a cred stick and pin the murder on someone else. Come to think of it, if he wasn't such a petty tyrant, he'd probably thrive with the Crimson Fleet. All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their cabins. That way we keep the halls clear and avoid a panic. Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin doors will automatically unlock. This is normally to ensure the crew can check cabins quickly and without interference. But in our case, it's like having an all-access pass. There's access to the crew section that you can reach through the Starview Bowl. Chief Sundin should be there, wasting time at the station as usual. Have fun with that guy. He's a real piece of work. Once you're past Sundin, just look for the room marked Environmental Control. Everything you need is inside. Get back to it.
Rude.
Sooner we get to Montero. See you.
We'll get there eventually.
Hello. Are you a member of the society?
So, what brings you aboard?
Have you tried the canopy? Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Is something amiss? I am happy to... Very good.
Oh, that's better.
There's nothing. Trident must have spent a fortune equipping this ship. Redundancy in almost every internal system.
This is well maintained, to be sure, but obviously the credits have all been spent on the areas the guests actually see.
Hey, hold up. This area is off limits to passengers. Wait a second. You're Captain Rocco's guest, right? Didn't expect to see you down here. Sorry to give you trouble. What can I do for you? I'm the Siren's chief engineer. Trident put me in charge of the entire tech team. We do our best to keep the ship running smoothly and efficiently. Of course, this beauty is a cutting-edge piece of spacecraft design. Almost everything has triple redundancy, like the life support system. Unfortunately, that means there's quite a bit of downtime. Could be worse, though, right? Yeah, a little. A few of the techs call this deck the dungeon. I think you can see why. Not exactly Starliner-class comfort down here. Don't get me wrong. The quiet gives me time to gather my thoughts, catch up on work, and all that, but I'd rather work on the bridge. Oh, sorry, that area is off limits. No exceptions. No, sorry, I'm afraid it's impossible. Trident regulations strictly prohibit anyone from entering the life support area without a valid reason. Look, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, it's just that I could lose my job, you know? Yeah, that'd be nice. I'm so bored down here. I've been counting the deck plates just to take up some time. Tell you what, I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away? Honestly, he's a seasoned ship captain. He told me he was a long hauler for years, and the experience shows. Only thing is, he's always talking about trade deals and plans for get-rich-quick schemes. It's all the guy ever thinks about. Why he decided to be a Starliner captain, I'll never know. It's almost like he craves being around money. Tell you what, though, for someone that loves credit so much, he sure doesn't mind gambling them when we play cards. Yeah, a little. A few of the techs call this deck the dungeon. Don't get me wrong. I'm the Siren's chief engineer. Of course, this, unfortunately, that... Remember not to touch anything, please.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
Ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Much nicer in here now. Plenty of room.
Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and proceed to your cabin.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill.
A sharp contrast from the crew quarters, is it not?
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here.
Have your attention, please. The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins.
It doesn't take a genius to deduce you're the one that's responsible. I locked onto you from the moment you entered the ballroom, and I've watched you trying to clock Dombrowski. After we spoke, I had a feeling you'd pull a stunt like this. You want me to help you? Are you completely out of your mind? I help you by handing over evidence, and I end up incriminating myself. Why would I do that? Don't act so surprised. You didn't really think I'd make a deal with Claudia or Dombrowski without having a little insurance policy of my own, did you? Huh? If I've learned anything in my years at the corporate fraud division, it's always have an exit strategy. I don't know where you got that information from, but it lines up with all the troubles I've been having getting my cut from that asshole. That means my money's already gone. And Dombrowski's going to walk away with a fortune. I'd love to see the bastard fry. But if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I could end up in jail. Dombrowski had the authorization to wipe out records on Galbank's system without raising any red flags. I let Claudia talk me into that. She said she had him wrapped around her finger. Apparently, she was wrong. Oh, I've got everything you're gonna need. This is a one-stop shop for you. We're talking a slate loaded with dates, account numbers, ID scans, even an audio recording. It was my little insurance policy in case the shit hit the fan. There's a solid enough trail here to send Dombrowski straight to jail. At least I walk away with something. All right, you have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it. Well, since Claudia has been spending time disgustingly close to Dombrowski, I think she's suffered enough. On the other hand, I've got very, very special plans for Larry. I have some friends that can, well, let's just say, take care of the problem. That's if you leave him alive, of course. We'll just have to wait and see.
Let you know, take it.
All I can tell you is that there's more than a few people at Mast who find Commander Akande to be a huge pain in the ass. I mean, the UC is aware that the Crimson Fleet is a problem, but it pales in comparison to the issues with the Freestar Collective. Akande's loaded with big-picture ideas, but not a ton of evidence to put them into action. And frankly, it's driving my superiors crazy. Wait a moment. Are you telling me that this scheme is getting so out of hand, it also involves the Crimson Fleet? That's all I need right now. Enemies on two fronts. just because I'm helping you nail Dombrowski doesn't mean I'm turning my back on UC security. How else am I going to ensure that he ends up behind bars when all this comes crashing down? No, you can leave me out of your merry little band of pirates, thank you very much. You better tell Dombrowski to run, because if you don't kill him, I will.
Yeah, you can.
This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately. All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins at this time.
Well, well. You must be the one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation. You don't actually believe that I'd venture into such precarious criminal territory without a proper bird's-eye view of the situation, do you? I'm uncertain why you've become entangled in this spider's web, but this situation demands swift and resolute action. Au contraire, my misguided friend. There's a bargain that needs to be hammered out, and you will listen to the facts before we proceed. First, it's clear that you've obtained insider knowledge of my arrangement to defraud Galbank. The means and the method, perhaps, but not the motive. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent regarding their share and have assisted you with this endeavor. Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet, this leads me to conclude that you desire something personal from me. I see. That certainly places a damper on our negotiations. Perhaps I can hasten my diatribe to temper your violence-ridden contribution. In blunt terms, you have compromising materials about me in your possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my Galbank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along?
Will there be much more of this? My head is starting to hurt.
Well, I'm surprised you even posed that question at all. The answer is quite obvious. The last thing I'd want to do at this point is call attention to myself. Oh, it was actually a rather easy deduction to make. It's the only thing of significant value that I still have in my possession. It appears we've reached an accord. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me simplify that for you. It sounds like we have a deal. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further contact. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin two very annoying business associates. Good day.
Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter your cabin during this emergency. There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill. The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and...
Well, looks like everything worked out, just like we planned. I'm glad one of us did. I'm just hoping you'll put in a good word for me with Delgado. Otherwise, I've risked my career for nothing. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. You feel like telling me, partner? Ah, so he told you to keep it from me. I see. I wouldn't want you to risk your position with the fleet like I did, so I'll just leave it alone. Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time coming. I owe you one, Overreach.
All passengers.
Don't worry, it's not an insult. It's a very old Russian word for comrade. It's what I intend to call you from now on, so get used to it.
Report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
You'll get what's coming to you. I promise.
That sounds like a threat.
Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'll be aboard the Key.
Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during this emergency. Thank you.
I need to pack up.
Just want to get out of here.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Who the hell shut down the life support? Chief Senden is going to be pissed.
Don't worry. This ship is
Wide
equipped with
emergency.
2
Can't talk right now.
backups
Sorry.
for the life support system. Everything will be fine.
I'm a little busy. Can't you see that there's an emergency?
Come on, where am I headed?
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Oh, hello.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Come on, you pointed me this way.
Someone shut down the primary life support system. Going to take a while to get it back online.
emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
I think you're leading me on a wild goose chase, Marker.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Good. Better.
Captain Chris, it is.
Look, if there's contraband I have to pay a fine, I will.
This is United Colony Space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. Attention! Our scan indicates you have contraband on board. Our scan detected contraband on board. Halt and prepare to be boarded. All illegal and stolen goods will be confiscated. You're on the wanted list. Halt and prepare to be boarded or will be forced to open fire. Copy that. Stay on course while we escort you in.
Ah, crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for morale.
Whoops.
Not right now, Captain. I might have something for you. See you later.
Well, I buggered that one up, didn't I?
New Atlantis puts on a wonderful show of security, does it not?
You know, I went to chef school. This ain't exactly.
does your scanner reveal?
Enhance is here for you, no matter your needs. Hi, welcome to Enhance. Thanks so much for stopping in today. I'm sure my staff and I can accommodate your every need. If you're here to try something new or on a whim, or to replicate a look you've seen and loved elsewhere, or just want to love your reflection in the mirror a little bit more, we've got you covered. All our services and records are private and confidential, so no need to worry. Oh, yes, of course, sure. Enhance's proprietary registered technology is absolutely the best in the settled systems. There is a reason we've been the #1 most trusted brand for reconstructive and plastic surgery for 2 decades running. Well, I'm not at liberty to disclose any of our patients' personal motivations or services. You understand, of course. But, gosh, it could be anything, really. Something simple or a total reconstruction. Why you're here doesn't really matter to me. It's just important that you're satisfied when you leave. Oh, my God. You certainly put things bluntly, don't you? I did. No, I do. I take it all very seriously. Sorry, you just took me a little off guard. To tell you the truth, I made a bit of a slip-up. I may have lost a data slate containing the confidential information of numerous patients. Little things, you know, like payment, information, procedures done, age, birthdays, mailing addresses. Oh no, who am I kidding? This is so bad. If that information gets out, my business and reputation could be destroyed. No patient will trust me again. It's not. People's private information is at stake, ready to be taken by any bad actor that finds that damn slate. And worse, my reputation and business is on the line. Please, I'm begging you. You'll have to find that slate. Yes. Oh, thank you. And let's see, I frequent the Terra Brew nearby, as well as Whetstone. I also stopped by the Valberg building recently. Thank you for doing this. You're a lifesaver. Please, come back as soon as you have the slate. Oh, and don't read anything on it. It's confidential stuff, remember? Well, all our services are at your disposal. Come back anytime.
Take my money for nothing.
Enhance is my favorite place in the galaxy.
I feel the lives of nearly every individual in the settled systems are so heavily influenced by what goes on in this building.
I need to find a store with good watercolors.
Hello. Welcome to the Galbank Archives. May I see your credentials, please? Oh, no. No, this is just their deep storage facility. All the current records are upstairs in the main facility. This is where they put the older data onto long-term servers. Oh, no. None at all. I'm all alone down here. Yeah, yep. Completely by myself. Well, I guess you're down here too, right? So, that's two of us now. Sorry, not trying to lie to you or anything, just, yeah. Just one moment while I verify. Oh, yes, Mr. Dombrowski. Welcome, sir. Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives. Shh, they'll hear us. Look, Ecliptic busted in here and said something about letting you walk into the archives, and then they're gonna jump you. I'm supposed to let you in, and then get the heck out of here. They said if I didn't do exactly what they said, they'd kill me. Just be careful. I don't even know how many of them are hiding in there.
You have my attention. All right, then.
Contact. Defensive positions.
Meet your death.
Oh.
What's the best you can do?
God, he's strong, isn't he?
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
Hence why I want to offload at the lodge.
Welcome to Terra.
Is to make a premium cappuccino, double dairy, no whipping.
And no, I will not make whatever.
Got to run. Word of advice? Steer clear of the well.
A spoon recovered from Earth. Ah, so envious.
Here one moment, gone the next. I tell you, you must cherish everything and everyone while they're here. You never know when you may lose them. I hope you're right. You see, I lost something invaluable. Lost it in a bet, if you must know. It was one of my most prized items in my collection. It was a gem, priceless, no doubt. And its beauty was blinding. Life seems a little less bright without it. That scoundrel George St. George has it in his possession now. And knowing that fills me with such envy and anger. I agree. I think I know just the thing. St. George, like myself, is a collector of trinkets and relics from Earth. I have in my possession a plate that I'm sure he won't be able to live without. Please, would you be my hero and go exchange the plate for the jewel? I'm sure it will work. Oh, God, no. I could never face him myself. I'd be sick just at the sight of him. St. George would never give the gem back if I went myself. He would gain a smug satisfaction from declining the offer. Fantastic! Here's the plate. Come back to me when you have the gem, and please don't drop it. Oh, where are my manners? My name is Guillaume, by the way. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Ah, not by profession. I work out of the Valberg building. Gambling is a vice I've indulged since I was a young man. And I've amassed a great collection of trinkets and valuables from it. Alas, recently my luck has soured and my collection is dwindling by the day. But I can't stop, right? I can't just quit. Because what if my luck returns? I'm glad you understand. Lady Luck can be a cruel mistress, but I'm sure she will smile upon me soon. Yes, I've been blessed to call New Atlantis home. When I was a younger man, I would travel the settled systems with no home to call my own. I was a nomad, if you will. But out of all the places I've been, no place quite spoke to me like New Atlantis. I collect all sorts. Gems, novelties, old Earth trinkets, anything and everything that has some sort of value, monetary or otherwise. One of my favorite possessions is a fork that was used on Earth. How amazing is that? You'd be amazed what people will wager in a bet. I've won and lost some truly breathtaking things. My collection, as it stands, is quite valuable and substantial. It used to be more so, but my bad string of luck lately has affected it. I can assure you with near certainty he won't decline. As much as I hate to say it,
St. George and I are cut from the same cloth. We both adore relics from Earth, no matter how large or monetarily valuable they are. They are a piece of human history, and that means a lot to us both. It pains me to part with the plate, but I happen to have a few others in my collection. If it means sacrificing one to get the gem back, I will. It does. It was the first item I ever collected. I received that gem when I was a young man. To know that I foolishly wagered it, threw it away. Well, I won't make that mistake again. Take care.
Outrageous.
Hope you're not agoraphobic.
Howdy.
If you ask me, it's always a good time for a Terra brew.
Could you please bother someone? What? No, just, do I look like a barista to you?
Rude.
Selling art
If
is
you don't see what you want, feel free to ask.
Hey there.
How I feel?
Oh, hello there. Were you standing there long? Oh, well, not to... Take it easy.
Never a dull day.
You're back. What's I guess that's goodbye then?
I could use some more time in the gunner seat.
I think it's about time you reassign.
Hope life is treating me. See you around.
You're out there a lot, right? In space? Just doing something.
Hi there.
That's your ship that landed not too long ago. As you enter it sure is something. Please keep moving.
You're in the Vanguard, right? Hey, thanks for your service.
Kill for a cup of coffee right about now. You don't need to wear your helmet on this planet. You know that, right?
Yes? Ah. Yes, we are.
Got a call someone's power kept going out. know what it was? A heat. Ever run into spacers? Scumbags and scavengers.
Hello.
Nothing good comes from...
Hello there.
Hey! Hey, you! You have a minute? I need to talk to you. You're the one that was on Vectera, right? You flew in on the, Frontier. Tommy Bitlow, SSNN research intern. Word is the Frontier was involved in an attack? It's true, right? You saw some real action? Oh, I'm so sorry, but you're the first source I've ever met. This is great. Great! My boss, Nadia Mufaz, would kill to talk to you. An actual eyewitness! There's credits in it for credible, newsworthy information. Just share what you want then. All we want to know is about the attack itself. Just go to the SSNN building. It's not far. Keep it up, Tommy. You're killing it.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your visit.
Trying to work out how I do this shit.
Get whatever you need. I'll talk to you later.
How can I help? I'm starting to run out of... See you later, Captain.
Well, I guess I'm getting on hope for the best. Why isn't the dude... Oh, I don't know. I'll get to it and I'll be like, duh.
Good day, Captain. Goodbye, for now.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that what this is?
Be advised, you are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. go ahead and land.
That's not the lodge.
Hello, Captain.
What is it? What have you got for me? Is that it then?
Yep.
Not spend as much time here as some of the others, but I appreciate that I was still given my own room.
Damn it, come on.
Does Vasco belong to you now, or does he? Yup, I've been his co-pilot since I was old enough to read a map. He lets me fly sometimes, and fix things aboard, and use the intercom and everything. I just have to promise not to complain about having to stay aboard the ship when we're somewhere dangerous. Dad says when I'm older, he'll teach me how to use a pistol, and once I'm a good enough shot, I can go with him anywhere. I can't wait to get older. Have any new books for? It's the best. I met another kid my age who hadn't been on a starship once. Not even once. Same boring old planet for like years. She didn't even know how to replace a phase manifold. Can you imagine? I read. I look around the ship, but no touching. Dad lets me do all sorts of stuff on his ship. But he said I have to be respectful on your ship. But I could try to fix things if you ask. Hint, hint. You can ask. I promise I'll be good. I want to fly my own ship and go all over the place. Like you and Dad, really. But hopefully not as crazy as your travels. I thought Dad's were exciting. But yours? Brr. Bye.
No! Ugh.
Still getting used to this place. Does not quite feel like home, but hopefully someday.
We've always considered ourselves, ever since I got here, anything I can learn from is a... Stay safe, okay?
It's all good, I can collect more later.
Bet you never expected to end up involved in something like this. Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us. Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits. Not necessarily, no, but it does kind of have the hallmarks of one, doesn't it? I'm certainly not going to rule it out just yet. That That sure lines up with everything else about these artifacts. It's all connected. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
Second one was on Kazal, buried, the same as the one you found.
But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust?
Take care of yourself.
Alright. Let's have a look on Earth quickly.
Have a nice day now.
Keeping the skies safe out there?
Make sure you bring a weapon and some spare ammo.
I know your type. A freewheeling space ace.
Kind of in the middle of something here.
New Atlanta sure is.
I'm sure there was a guy I could talk to
shiny.
here for the ship.
Dawn's Roost has the best food in the settled systems.
There he is.
Anything I can need some work done? Sure, have at it.
All right. I'm not really... Come on, I can't... No, I'm trying to get back up there. How about I build a ship one day?
Sure, have at it.
When I'm not. There we go. When I'm not streaming. Because I have an idea.
Find the interior of this ship comforting.
Unnecessary collisions should be avoided at all costs. Trying to wrap up this patrol here?
Transmission acknowledged. Help you? Channel's open. What can I do for you?
Oh, there's a resource. Running. Gonna save it up very, very shortly. Let's get back to my ship. I don't even think I'm heading towards my ship anymore. Of course I'm not.
It is good to be back in our own ship.
Alright, saving up for the night. Thanks for watching as always, and bye for now.